Compiler construction is a complex program that converts the high-level language into the machine-level language. We will also call it converts into the object programming. So certain phases which are involved in the constructing or transmitting of your source program into the machine-level language. These are lexical analyzer, syntax analyzer, semantic analyzer, intermediate code generator, code optimizer, and the code generator. So when you are executing a program on a system, it will takes the character from that source program by the lexical analyzers, which in the form of lexemes, and that will be converted into the token stream, where the syntax analyzers, with the help of token stream, it will generate the syntax tree, which further analyzed by the semantic analyzers, which will give a certain meanings to that syntax tree and forming a separate syntax tree with the meaning, where the intermediate code generator, which represent by the 3 address code representation, which will give the intermediate representation to that syntax tree, where the machine independent code optimizers, which will reduce the space or the increase the speed of that by rearranging or the representation of intermediate code generator, where the code optimization, which involves the assembly language, which transmit into the target machine code. So we'll elaborate all this concept with the help of an example. We'll take the one statement which have the position is equal to initial plus rate into 60. So how the phases are involved to solving of that particular statement, we'll call that is a source program. So what will happen in the lexical analyzer is that it will create n tokens. That means the position which will have the id comma 1, that 1 is gives the entry in a symbol table. Similarly for the initials, we are having the id comma 2, where for the rate it will have the id comma 3. 60, as it is a constant, it will take as directly it will take as a 60. With the syntax analyzer, it will makes the tree representation for that tokens, where in the semantic analyzers for the 60 it will gives the meaning for the 60, that is integer to the float. With the intermediate code generator, it will represent the 3 address code representation for that tree. That means it will take the temporary variable t1, which will have the integer to float of 60, where t2 it involves that id3 into t1, where t1 is holding the value as a 60, where another temporary variable, that is t3, is equal to id2 plus t2, where id2 is nothing but we're having the initials. So id2 plus t2, which hold by the id3, so that id3 is going to assign to the id1, which will have the certain steps involved in the intermediate code generator. So that 3 address code representation, it is now going to be reduced in a code optimization, as it involves the only one temporary variable, that is t1 is equal to id3 into 60, and again it is going to be stored into the id1 as it is id2 plus id1. After that it will transfer to the code generator, which involves the assembly programming, where involves certain registers involves in that is loading that id3 to id2, where it will makes the multiplication of the id2 with the 60. Again it will loads that id2 into the register r1, where that r1 which other get added into the r1 with the help of r1 comma r1 comma r2, and after that it will going to be stored finally into the id1.